So I should have made this video a long time ago, during when World was actually fresh in people's minds. For some reason, I never got around to it, I guess. I was really busy with school because I had exams, and I've been really busy this summer, actually, which is why I haven't made that many videos, which is no excuse, but regardless. This is my last and final comment on World. I'm going to be comparing the programs of the first and the second place finishers at the Worlds in each category, and I'll tell you who actually in the end deserves to win. So first, I'm going to be with the men. So Patrick Chan versus Daisuke Takahashi. A lot of people were bitching about how Patrick's scores are overrated the entire year. And it was actually pretty surprising because if you were listening to the background of any of the videos from Nice when Patrick skated, you actually saw like the entire arena booing at his scores because he beat Daisuke, which I think was pretty mean. Like, a lot of people have been bitching about how his scores have been overinflated and how he won everything with like a 40-point lead. Like, he beat Kevin Reynolds at Nationals by 60 points. Like, seriously. And I personally, after reviewing both programs, I honestly have to say that I think Patrick does deserve to win a world title, but then I was actually watching an ESPN commentated version of his free program, and they were actually saying how Patrick may or may not take the title because, I mean, not may take the title, but see how well he does, pretty much. And when his scores came out, the commentator was like, what? Like, I mean, I could give him the title, but he did not deserve to win that free skate. And I totally don't know what he means because, I mean, yes, his short program was really good. Daisuke fell on his quad combo, which means that he was more or less done. But since it's a new judging system, and they don't base so much on the jump, because before if you lost your combo, you're basically out of the top 10. But because Daisuke has so much more to offer, he was able to stay in second place. That being said, Patrick did a very clean short program, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, pretty clean short program, and he derped in the free program when he did like a really bad waxel, and he wasn't perfect, pretty much, during most of his free program. But that's why he was saying that I guess he could have won the world title because he did have a lead going into the free program, and he is phenomenal. Like, we can't deny that he is not an amazing skater. It's just that his points are like, phew. But yeah, overall, I think Patrick deserved that. In the ladies, Carolina Kozner versus Alina Leonova. Honestly, I didn't even think that Alina Leonova would medal this year. Just personally, because I watched her at, I want to say Ski Canada, but I think my brain's I'm really tired right now. Not the point. I personally didn't think Leonova would medal, but Kozner, it was a pretty open field for her, I want to say, just because she was in the shadows before of like Yuna Kim, Mao Osada, Miki Ando, but since Miki Ando's not competing he skipped the season, Yuna Kim isn't competing at that time, and Mao was dealing with some jump issues, and people think she's underweight, but I don't know about that. And then Kozner's been in the rankings for seniors for almost 10 years. And people are saying it's about time she won. And they're so happy that she won because she's worked so hard for this. And I personally think that out of everybody who skated, and it's not really bad, but right now the ladies' figure skating is kind of really sad on the senior level. Like, I prefer watching junior ladies or senior ladies right now because when I was watching this, like, I didn't find watching Worlds to be as exciting as it was to watch Junior Worlds for the women. And that's because, well, I guess to the Russian phenoms right now are dominating the junior scene, but I just think that without the phenoms like Yuna Kim and Mao Osada or Prime, if Kozner had more of the jumps, I want to say that she would have done, or she would have beat them by so much more. She wouldn't have been third place after the short. She would have been going in the free first overall, because she has the spin quality. She has transitions. She fucking flies when she skates. So that's why I think that she would win. So overall, yes, I do agree that Costner should have won the title. Pairs. It was between Elena Savchenko, Robin Solokwy, as between Tatiana Volosova and Maxine Trenkov. I believe that Tatiana Volosova and Maxine Trenkov deserved that title over them because, yes, all of the three Russian pairs had issues during the short program. Volosova and Trenkov actually fell during their death spiral, which is a pretty easy move for a senior pair. And Savchenko and Solokwy were clean, but then they only beat Volosova and Trenkov by this, 0.05 of a point. And if Volosova and Trenkov were clean in the short, they would have beat them easily. Because they were 8th after the short. And they had that perfect Black Swan program. It was amazing. Their Black Swan program. While Savchenko and Solokwy, they were good, but they weren't phenomenal. But then again, I think they kind of knew the titles it was in their hands. But Volosova and Trenkov have just been on their edge the entire year. So I will be honestly shocked if Savchenko and Solokwy are world champions again and they're silver, because Volosova and Trenkov have been silver twice in the past 2 years. And then finally, Virtue Moyer versus Davis and White. Since these two teams are so closely knit and matched in power, technical difficulty, presence on the ice, and everything, it's really hard to say. And since Davis and White have been dominating they were dominating basically the dance portion last year. They had the longest streak of not being undefeated, and I think just because Virtue and Moyer weren't competing in 2011, which is why they won so much, I think if Virtue and Moyer were still around and Tessa didn't have her knee injury that she was recovering from, they would have easily been beat. That's why, think about it, in the Olympics in 2010, Virtue and Moyer they were second after the short dance. Davis White were third after the short dance. After the original dance, Virtue and Moyer were first. I forget what Davis White were, but after they both skated very, very well, but Virtue and Moyer took the title of Olympic champions over them, and then afterwards, a month after the Olympics, they won a world title. So I want to say that Davis and White have gotten better since then, which I totally agree. I think that they've improved extremely since I first started watching them back in 2009, 2010, but I still think that Virtue and Moyer still has the edge, and also because the short dance, which was Latin, Virtue and Moyer portrayed that more, and I was actually reading an article in the International Figure Skating magazine today, and they were talking about how Davis and White were excited next year for the short dance, which is the Yankee Polka, and they say that that's the easy dance for them. So next year will be interesting, especially since it's pre-Olympic year. They will want a world title back because going in as a world champion will be really good for them. So that is my overall thoughts on who should have won in the end at Worlds, and I'm going to do a bronze medalist one right after this, which is the 3rd and 4th place finishers, or who should I thought have been on the podium. So, see you guys.